Greetings everyone. The topic for today is an adjective clause. Moving towards the definition of an adjective clause, an adjective clause is a dependent clause that acts like an adjective in the sentence. The main function of an adjective is to modify a noun or pronoun in a sentence, same as the function of an adjective clause, which is to modify a noun in a sentence. It is also referred to as a relative clause because it begins with a relative pronoun, such as who, that, which, whose, etc., and comes immediately after the noun or a noun phrase it is modifying. So another name for an adjective clause is a relative clause because it starts with the relative pronoun. There are some types of adjective clause as you can see, which is mentioned in this slide. An adjective clause can be divided into two based on their nature and behavior in a sentence. The two types of adjective clause are shown here. Number one is the essential adjective clause, and the number two or the second one is the non-essential adjective clause. The essential adjective clause, as the name suggests, an essential adjective clause is one that is required to make sense of the sentence. It is a part of the sentence and the description is what matters, and so it is necessary to make the sentence meaningful. Hence cannot be removed from the sentence. No specific punctuation marks are used to separate the clause from the rest of the sentence. Some examples of the sentences with essential adjective clauses are given below. Number one is my neighbor does not like children who sit for hours fidgeting with their smartphones. You can see that this clause is starting with who, and the whole highlighted clause is an adjective clause, or you can call it a relative clause as well. In the second example, you can see we did not find any cafe that sold vegetarian momos. That is also a relative pronoun, and that sold vegetarian momos is an adjective clause, or you can say it is a relative clause as well. You can see, as it is mentioned above, that there are no specific commas to separate one clause from another clause. The non-essential adjective clause is the second type of the clause, and you can see the description below. Unlike essential adjective clauses, a non-essential adjective clause provides additional information about the noun, and it is not the main focus. These kinds of clauses, even if removed, do not make a difference as the sentence still remains complete without it. A clause of this nature is enclosed within a pair of commas or brackets to separate it from the rest of the sentence. Here are some examples of non-essential adjective clauses for your reference. Number one, you can see, my brother who lives in Australia will be coming to India next month. This is you can say non-essential or additional clause because if you will remove it, still we can get the idea of the sentence. Who is a relative pronoun. Who lives in Australia is a non-essential adjective clause. In the second example, you can see the restaurant where we first met. So in other words, you can see it is also providing the extra information about the noun or the subject in the sentence. The restaurant where we first met is being torn down. Here are some other examples of adjective clauses you can see mentioned in the slide. In the first one, you can see the company that I worked for in 2018 is shutting down. In the second one, you can see the girl who has shifted from Japan is here to meet you. So one hint is that an adjective clause is starting from a relative pronoun, and the another hint is that it will be modifying a noun in a sentence. So the both functions are shown here in the examples. You can see the girl, which is a subject in the sentence, who has shifted from Japan, is an additional information, and this clause is starting with who, which is a relative pronoun. So who has shifted from Japan is an adjective clause. In the third one, you can see my mom loved the bag that I had bought from Bangalore. So over here, that I had bought from Bangalore is an adjective clause. The girl whose parents died last year was adopted by my uncle. So over here you can see whose parents died last year is in bold or highlighted in the sentence because it is adjective clause. In the last example, you can see, I did not know what to do with the dress that I bought recently. So, that I bought recently is providing you the additional information about the dress, and it's starting with that, which is a relative pronoun. So, this whole clause, that I bought recently, is an adjective clause. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for further updates related to all the grammar topics. Thank you.